Hello, Jennifer Heath here, Lyme warrior and also international best-selling author of Overcoming Lyme Disease. I'm doing this video because as of Thursday, March 1st, I've been kicked off of my Facebook account. I cannot access any of my Facebook, my personal page and my author page. Another thing that's happening is that none of my friends and family can view any of my old posts, any of my sites, none of it. It has been totally blocked from everybody. Nobody can see it. Nobody can see what I was doing because the powers that be, have decided that they're going to muzzle me for some reason, which I don't understand. Oh, wait, I do understand. I was getting ready to do a Facebook Live with another Lyme warrior, and we were going to talk about the upcoming May 4th Lyme chronic illness and the CDC rally, that we were going to do a peaceful protest or rally out in front of the CDC in Atlanta to get media coverage because unfortunately Lyme disease is not recognized. Chronic Lyme disease is not allowed to exist, and there's a crime. There's a somatic scheme going on here. It's been covered up. And in my book, Overcoming Lyme Disease, I talk about that crime, okay? I talk about how certain CDC officers conspired to change the case definition and the testing to sell their fake LymeRx vaccine, which, by the way, there's a new Lyme vaccine that they're test marketing in California, Nebraska, and in Belgium, and it's going to give you the disease. It's going to give you neurological Lyme disease, the disease that the CDC decided to cut out of their case definition because they wanted to sell a fake Lyme vaccine, okay? So that's what's going on. So we were going to talk about this rally that we were going to go, and unfortunately with Lyme disease, the biggest rally ever has only been a few hundred people because everybody that has this disease is usually bedridden and very sick. They can't do that. They've exhausted all of their funds, all of their money, so they can't attend. So unfortunately, any Lyme rally, there's not been enough numbers. And so the reason why I was going to go Facebook Live, and then Facebook pulled the plug and blocked everybody from any of my information, was because of this crime. I was going to go on to share, like, we need other people. I've reached out to veteran groups and other biker organizations and Christian organizations and anybody, MS, cancer, because, this is what the disease mimics and it causes. So I've reached out to all of these people, and I continue to do so, regardless of Facebook. I've actually learned Twitter and YouTube and, Instagram. And so if anything, it's been good for me because I'm learning other ways to social media modalities so I can actually share the message and get more and more people to know about this crime, the Lyme crime, why we are not allowed to be sick. We have a disease similar to AIDS or cancer, but we are not allowed to get the treatments or anything to help us, and that is a crime. And so that's what we're talking about is we need more people at May 4th at the CDC Lyme rally that we're doing. And so if you know of anybody, or if you could share this video and go to my website, overcominglyme.com, and scroll down and enter in your name and email address so you can stay up to date on things that's going on, because obviously social media or the powers that be are starting to block me because people are starting to learn the truth about Lyme disease, and the truth is not pretty. Look at all the conspiracies and everything that's going on in our government. This is deep, okay? And our human rights, there's a major human rights violation going on here where people are not allowed to get treatments. They are told that they're nuts and they're left for dead. And this has to stop. And this goes all party lines. This isn't liberals, conservatives, black, white. This is everybody. So Lyme doesn't pick and choose like who it's going to affect and cause you to be ill. It attacks everybody. Okay. So nobody is, exempt from getting this disease, because anything that bites you can give you this disease. And also, the Lyme crime shows why vaccines fail. So that's another reason why they don't want us at the CDC, in front of the CDC, because right now, I don't know if you know this, but what is it, Timothy Cunningham, a CDC doctor who actually has spoken out unofficially about the flu vaccine, how it was causing people to be sick and also causing the pandemic. Well, he mysteriously went missing, and it took CNN 2 weeks to cover. And CNN is in corporate headquarters are right there in Atlanta, Georgia. So I don't know why Fox and other people could cover this. This is a major thing. The poor gentleman is still missing, and I really pray and hope to God that he's in a witness protection someplace. But unfortunately, the witness protection with some of the corruption going on in our government, I don't know if he's going to be safe there either. So I don't know what's going on with this doctor, but I'm so worried, and I just pray that he's okay, because his family and friends, of course, everybody's missing him. And it's a shame that this is not getting the coverage that it deserves. But also another reason why I think I was blocked too is because there also is a racketeering lawsuit going on against certain members of the CDC. And it was in November 10th, 2017 in Texas. So they're going after Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're also Infectious Disease Society of America. As you know, they set the guidelines for Lyme disease and a lot of other things. And so they are part of the crime. And I talk about that in my book, about how all of these people have conspired to make money off of people dying and getting sick. This is very corrupt. It goes very high up, and this has to be addressed. And we've been having people call oversight in government, and I actually just called them again, and they're looking into the investigating the two-tier testing. I really hope and pray they do. So if you get a chance, call oversight in government and reform and ask them when they're going to investigate the two-tier testing for Lyme disease, because unfortunately this test is fraud. It doesn't work. CDC has even come out and said that it's only like 40 to 60% accurate. So why are our taxpayer dollars paying for a test that is not picking up the disease? And people are being misdiagnosed with all these other diseases instead of Lyme disease and getting the treatment that they deserve. But on top of that, they also changed the case definition. So even if you were tested positive for Lyme disease, they give you 2 weeks of antibiotics and tell you, bye-bye, you're fine, you're cured. Even when you're left for dead and you're bedridden, you can't even function. But that's called, what is that called? That's called post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome. Really? They make this crap up, and people buy it. So no more buying their lies. It's time to make your cause to oversight in government. Call Senator Grassley's office. I was in DC in June with a whistleblower for the fake Lyme-Rux vaccine. These people know. I talked in front of the tick-borne working group in DC in December. They all know about this, but nobody's doing anything. So we, the people, need to rise up and say enough about this and stop. And we have to, and the only way we're going to do it is having, these rallies and stuff, bringing people together and educating them, because they're not being educated on the true case and definition of the disease. Can you imagine a loved one that has stage 4 cancer and is dying, and you take them to the hospital and they go, oh, well, we don't treat stage 4 cancer, so you'll have to make an appointment with the oncologist like everybody else. But unfortunately, that's a 3-month waiting list. And they don't even believe lung cancer exists. So that's what we're dealing with Lyme disease. It's the same thing. It's it affects the whole body. There's no cure for Lyme. The 2 weeks of antibiotic cure is not a cure. And so we need this crime exposed. We need it prosecuted, because it's been a huge crime against humanity. And that way we can get the case definition changed back to the real disease, which is relapsing fever, which is a post-sepsis. There's no way that you can vaccinate against an organism like this. And they know it, and they're hiding it, and they're continuing to make new vaccines and injecting those into people. So this has to stop. So please, 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 go to my website, overcomingLymeDisease.com, scroll down, enter your name and email, so that way you can stay up to date on this. Call oversight, and also look at my blog, my last blog post, because I share in there about this, what you could do, where to go for the May 4th event. So thank you so much. If you know anybody that could be there and be support, we would greatly appreciate it. People are dying. We can't get treatment. The number one cause of death right now is suicide, because people are in chronic pain and nobody believes them. They're losing their houses, their everything, because they're using all their money to pay to get better, and they're losing everything. So we need this crime to be prosecuted. So the Department of Justice has been sitting on this case since 2003. All right, this is a long time. It's time to wake them up and open the books, and then and put on set a court date, and let's look into this stuff. Okay, well, thank you so much. Again, May 4th, make sure you tell your family and friends. And if you are sick with Lyme disease, there's a address that you could send a pair of your old shoes and put a note in there, because we will be putting those shoes on the lawn and putting a green balloon, so that way you are counted, you are recognized at the May 4th Lyme CDC rally. Thank you so much for listening. Take care and God bless.